Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Bad Podcast. Brad and Wayne in the building. Brad, what we talking about today, fam?
Whoop, whoop. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to first start off by saying this is our first time that we actually had a schedule set in place, and I'm
Yeah.
excited because this is the first week that I'm off of school, and we take that next step in our journey here. So we're going to talk about week one woes, and the reason we're talking about
Mhm.
week one woes is because today is day one of our current summer 8-week challenge for E2M. So I got a quote here that's going to align with what we're going to talk about today. Don't allow your frustrations to guide you. The worst case scenarios inside your head are unlikely to be true. Be present in life in front of you. Don't allow your mind to take over anywhere but here. Just take it one moment at a time.
I love
Let's
it.
talk about it.
Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir. Hey, good job, guys. Good job. Mental battles. Mental battles.
Hey, man, E2M for life, baby. What it look like, what it be like, what it do. Look at him. The boy is ready.
Man, I can't express how excited I am to have this locked in, and just I'm somebody that thrives on a schedule, so I'm just
Yeah,
totally amped that we can get this in the books and just not have to worry about last minute filming, or hey, we got to get together at 9 p.m. I'm not a night owl. I'm an early
right.
bird, so it's exciting for me to just have this structure set in place and knock this thing out on a timely basis.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it too, man. I love having things in place. I can be a at the buzzard guy, but I prefer to blow the
Mhm.
team out, man. Like that's
Amen.
my preference,
Amen.
man. So
Hmm.
no, let this, and this is a really good topic for those that are new, because we expect new listeners, new signups, new folks, people
Hmm.
telling you about this podcast, man. Me and Brad, we come together to perform bad. Brad and Dawain is the acronym, and we talk about Michael Jackson, the GOAT, who is also the Bad album, which also is like, ain't that the year you were born? Be like, ain't
Yes,
that?
sir. 87 bad album.
Yeah, man. So it all lines up, man, and we're just here, man. We're here to encourage you, motivate you, inspire you, and all the things, man. And I'm excited about this topic because just kind of kicking off a little bit, man. I remember my week one, day one. Like,
Hmm.
I remember that feeling. I remember being in that trash bag and sliding around, sweating, and and not being able to hold a plank, for 20 seconds, not alone 60 seconds. I remember not being able to do a push up. I remember that day so well, bro. So this is
Yeah.
timely. I'm gonna plug in a lot here because that day was monumental.
Hmm.
And it wasn't, and not to jump ahead, but it wasn't what I went through. Is what I decided that day. Like
Yeah.
that day,
Hmm.
I made a decision. Like, even though this sucks, we're gonna keep
Hmm.
going. But let's get into it, B.
Yeah, and to bounce off what you're saying, Dwayne, we all have these resolutions that we have to at some point in our lives make. And when we think resolution, we think New Year's resolution. At
Mhm.
any time in your life or at any time throughout the year, you can make a resolution. A resolution is a concrete decision. Like, I'm going to do this. I have a vision in my mind. I'm going to follow through no matter what happens, no matter what opposition I face in the next 8 weeks, in the next 16 weeks, in the next year. I'm going to follow through with this. And that's where a lot of people get lost because you're faced with the turbulences of life and you get frustrated. Don't allow frustration to guide your path. Dwayne, I remember my day one. That was back in
Nice.
2018. I did that too. And you
Mm.
talk about the trash bag, man. We had the Walmart sweatsuits, man.
Yes.
As soon as you did a jumping jack, you ripped out of that sucker.
Rip.
Boom, bang, and whoa, there's rips all
Yep.
over that thing. And I got the large, and the large could have fit somebody that was like 3 times my size, man. The
Absolutely.
ranges on those things are funny, man. But I remember those days, man. But and you have to understand when you're doing something that is going to provide some kind of quality to your life, man, you're going to hit some rough patches. Oh, by golly,
Mhm.
you're going to hit some rough patches, and you're going to be frustrated. But don't allow that frustration to set in and take over that resolution that you made. Man, you have a vision in your mind of something that you want to accomplish. You have to follow through. Now, here's what I want to kind of touch on, Dwayne, is a mindset. Okay.
Mhm.
In anything great that you do in your life, you have to have the right mindset. There's two things that I want to touch on with mindset. First thing is you have to have an open mind. Okay.
Yes.
In the fitness industry, there is so much saturation. Okay. It's hard to give your faith to a group of people that you don't know, let alone on social media. We're on Facebook. That's a hard thing to do, is just say, hey, I need this to save my life. Can you get me to a place where I'm going to be good in my health and my fitness? Can you do that for me? It's hard to give blind faith, okay, because of how
Mhm.
saturated the fitness industry is. Okay. I call this the flexed mindset. A lot of people have a fixed mindset of exactly what they need to do to get them the body or get them the results that they desire. There's a reason that you're listening to this podcast. You're not exactly where you want to be, or you have massive goals and you're trying to be inspired, or whatever it may be. A lot of us have a fixed mindset. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. On Mondays is my chest day. On Tuesdays is my back day. On Wednesdays is my leg day. Thursdays is my shoulder day. Friday is my arm day. And I want the results that I see in a magazine or I see on TV. That's a fixed mindset. What you're not seeing behind the scenes is these people are pumping their bodies full of X, Y, and Z. They're also
Mhm.
spending 2 and 3 hours in the gym. All right.
Absolutely.
To have a flexed mindset is to allow the ability for somebody else to guide you. All right. We've done
Mhm.
this over 188,000 times. We've done this a time or two, haven't we, Dwayne?
Just a
We've
few.
done this
Just
a
a
time
few.
or two, baby. Okay. So, whether you're joining this next 8-week challenge, maybe today's your first day. And if it is, man, I'm excited for you, because 8 weeks from now, baby, we're going to have this same conversation, and it's going to be mind blowing. Oh my gosh, this is what I did in 8 weeks. Okay. But whatever you're doing today, or whatever you're wherever you're at in your life, go into today, whether it be your first day of an 8-week challenge, or whether it's your 450th day on your job, or your 17th year of marriage, or whatever it is. Go in with the right mindset and understand that there's always the ability to learn. There's always the ability to grow with whatever you're doing in your life.
No,
Sorry, Dwayne, I just cut you off there and I
no,
went
you're
for it.
good.
I shot the three.
Hey, you good, man. No, no, that's spot on, man. That and that, you just said so much in that time frame, man, when it comes to, mindset, man.
Mhm,
Because the fixed mindset, because I'm actively talking to somebody now about the program,
mhm,
and they are where I was before E2M. Like they literally, you know, man, I found this workout, I got this meal prep. I done started prepping my meals. I'm going to the gym, I'm printing out my workouts.
mhm.
I was like, bro, listen, I was there. I was
Yes,
there,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir.
I went to bodybuilder.com and and
Dude,
found the shortcut to shred, or the shortcut to, you know what I mean? I went
dude,
there, man. Yeah,
it's
you
so funny
laughed because
because yes, because you and I see the picture of the guy that's holding this plan.
Yes,
Oh, I want to look
yes,
like that guy.
yes,
Monday's my chest day. I've been
yes.
there. Yep. Yes, we
Yes,
all
yeah,
been there.
you
Yeah.
print it out, man. I used to print it out, have me a little clipboard in the gym and the reps and the sets, and watch all the videos, and it was free, and yes,
Oh man.
yeah, yeah, it was free because they wanted you to buy their supplements. That's what that was about. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so I've been there, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. I know exactly where he is, and what E2M does is it speaks to that flex mindset. It allows you to open yourself up for coaching. Coach talk about being coachable, man. And um, you know, I had got to the point where I was like, man, like I can't figure this out. Like I think,
Mm-hmm.
I do good for a while, then I fall off. I do good for I couldn't figure out what the main, and then when I found E2M, man, it was like boom, like the way you see results rapidly, that in itself is going to pull you
Yeah.
in the community, and then the coaching, and then everything is just so packaged so well and structured so well. So if you're new here, which we welcome you, we want to remind you, you're in the right place, man.
Mm-hmm.
You have stepped over into that flex mindset where you are looking for help, and we're here to help you 1,000%. And you're gonna see the results, man. The crazy thing about E2M, you put in 10%, man, we still gonna give you 20. Like the way this program works, you put in 20%, we're gonna double whatever you put in.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you put in, you're gonna reap more than you would with any other program. And you mess around and put that 90 to 100 in, man, you'll be blown away, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
blown away every day.
Yeah.
That I put in that much effort into the program, man. But no, that is so dope, and I'm excited about newcomers, and I'm
Yes.
excited about OGs, man, that
Yeah.
are ramping back up. That
Yep.
is a common thread in our community, man. We have people that just kind of fall by the wayside or get distracted or life happens.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is for you too, man. This
Yep.
is this is your chance to open that mind back up, get that flex mindset, come back to the
Mm-hmm.
fold, and get back to work.
Yeah. And we have to understand that every day is an opportunity. So like you're saying with these OGs, like, hey man, you fell off, you fallen by the wayside or whatever. Today's a brand new, shiny, you always talk about that energetic first day excitement, right?
Yeah.
Well, today's that day. Today's
Yep.
that day. And that's one of the best things about E2M, because it's hard to sustain the longevity of fitness and health, but every 8 weeks you have a brand new opportunity to
Yes.
reinvent yourself and rediscover who that person that you were always destined to be. But one of the things I wanted to say is you touched on this, but what E2M does is it takes out all the guesswork. You were talking about bodybuilding.com. I've done that. I don't know how many times I get on there. I see it. I can't even think of any names right now, but I see somebody. I'm like,
Jim
that's
Stefani.
exactly. Boom, there you go. Perfect. Okay. But you see him, right? And
Yep.
you see the workout. That's probably not what he does. And you also aren't getting the nutritional piece, which that nutritional piece, there's a lot of guessing that goes into it. Well, eat a high protein diet, eat a high carb diet,
Yep.
eat
Yep.
eggs every day, or whatever it is, all these extremes. It's just about healthy fuel. It's about
Mm,
healthy fuel. But again, it comes all the way full circle back to that fixed versus flexed mindset. If you come into day one thinking that you can, you're right. If you go
yep.
into day one thinking that you can't, you're also right. You
All
have
right.
to stop. You have to have a hard stop in your life, and you got to believe in yourself. Okay, and you have to make your reason why. Oh, baby,
Come
we
on
you
with it.
gotta have a why. You gotta have a why.
Mhm.
What's your reason why? And you have to allow that reason why to outweigh every excuse known to man. Now, a lot of us are like, my why is I want to get ready for summer break. My why is I want to get ready for that family reunion. My why is I want to be ready for spring break. That next big event. You want to know what you need to make your why? Your kids, your
Mm,
spouse, the longevity of your health. How about this? How about your life? Okay,
yeah.
because some people are fighting for their lives, and some people need this for their life. So don't create a why that's so small and petty or petty of spring break or summer break
Mhm.
or that next class reunion. Make it bigger than that. Okay, and just remind yourself that 20 years from now, you're going to thank whoever you are today. You're going to thank that person 20 years from now,
Yeah.
30 years from now. You're going to thank that person because the person that you are today is putting in the investments, putting in the work for that product that's going to become in 10 years, 20 years, however long down the road.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And to kind of go back to Jim Stepani, reason why he's one of my favorites, because he was the guy that say eat some candy after your workout to bring spike
Yes.
your blood sugar.
Done it
I
many
had to throw that.
times.
Yeah, man. I had to throw that out there, man. Like I used to buy like Pepsi sticks and everything. I was like, gotta get my blood sugar back up. but anyway.
Skittles.
Right. Right. But anyway, man, no, and it's so true, man. That why has to be big enough, has to be strong enough.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times when it is a vacation, when it is a weekend or whatever, you can talk yourself out of it. You can say,
Mhm.
I'll just wear the little, I don't know what they call the thing that ladies put over their swimsuit. I'll just throw that on. I don't feel like working out. I'll be fine. I'll just, guys, I keep my t-shirt on this time. Maybe next year. You
Mhm.
always can find an excuse
Mhm.
in a way out when your why isn't strong enough. You can't say, I don't love my kids, anymore. You're not gonna say
Boom.
can't say that, man. You always love your kids, and you can't say, I don't care. I'll die soon. Nobody's gonna say that, man. So when you make that why that much stronger, man. It continues to push you, continues to motivate you. And see my why going into I was 39 and my goal was to be fit by 40. Like that was
Yeah.
my goal. Like I want to be fit by 40. Because I remember when my dad and my mom turned 40, and you could have told, if you would have told me they were going to die the next day, like I would have believed it, because the way they were acting, like they was like, oh, over the hill, everything falling apart. People come to my dad's birthday party bringing like what they call walkers and stuff, and he had over the hill. He had a black cake with a tombstone.
Yep.
Like you would have thought you would, man. I'm like, shoot,
Mhm.
40, man. I'm fine in 40. I ain't know, you know what I mean? So that was kind of my why. And then also,
Mhm.
my dad, I talk about him a lot, man. He's my superhero. The summer before I joined E2M, he actually had to have part of his foot amputated because of diabetes. And I was like, man, like I'm headed in that same direction if I don't
Mhm.
change, if I don't do something different. And so I'm already scared of needles. Like I couldn't imagine having to stick myself every day.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's motivation to me, man. But
Mhm.
no,
Yeah.
and that just kind of, it brings it all together, man, by having a strong enough why, man. Seeing my superhero go through that, and then seeing I'm on that same path and say, okay, I can't go that route. I have to do something different, man. So the why has to be strong enough.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about your dad with the over the hill 40 thing. Dude, I remember when my dad got the coffee cup over the hill. And
Yeah.
and I'm creeping up on that 40 burger right now. And I'm creeping up on that. And by no means do I feel like 40 is like over the hill. By no means. And
Nah,
I'm not
bro.
there. I'm still 4 years away. And you're there. And most of our staff is 40 plus or right around that 40 number. And it's just completely different, again, mindset. Because
Yep.
back, I feel like 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, if you were 40, yeah, you were over the hill. And a lot of the reason is because it boils down to what we were putting in our bodies 10, 20, 30, 40 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. Man, you
Mm-hmm.
get the TV dinner, you get the tray, you set it on the tray, and that's what you're eating. You're eating the old pot roast every night with the potato, all these hearty meals. And then, man, you get to 40 years old, baby. Guess what? Man, yeah,
Yeah.
40 may be over the hill, but in today's day and age, we have so much knowledge and so much information that is going to set you up for staying playing field and not getting over that hill when you hit 40 years old. Um, but you
No, that's so
you
real.
come yeah, man, it's wild. And a lot of times, when you're talking about a challenge, when you're talking about an 8-week challenge, what happens is, if it's your first day, we blind ourselves. We intentionally blind ourselves by what was. And
Mm-hmm.
it sort of prevents us from discovering what can be. We lock ourselves down to what we've always known: pixie sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Skittle guy. Hey, I don't know if it was the guy that you're talking about. But I read the same exact thing. So every day I'd get done with the gym, protein protein shake, half a bag of Skittles every single workout. And that's
Yep.
what is that doing for your body, man? They're making Skittles in some factory right now, and they're pumping it full of crap.
Yep.
Plus the sugar, boy, plus the
Yep.
sugar. And
Yep.
that's what we're putting in our bodies because some guy on the internet told us.
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just some guy on the internet telling you to do something, but we've also already done this 188,000 times. So this is your chance to allow me to guide you, allow us to
Mm-hmm.
guide you. All right, this is going to be a frustrating week, and
Yes.
if we tell you something like drink a gallon of water, baby, we haven't done this 25 times. We haven't done this 125 times. We
Mm-mm.
haven't done this 125,000 times. We've done this 188,000 times. It's going to be a frustrating week. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
we encourage you to do, or whatever we recommend that you do, all right, whether you're a seasoned OG or you're brand new to this program, all right, be tough, be tough, be tough, and allow us to guide you to that person that you're always dreaming of becoming. Allow us to do that. Don't dip your toes in. Jump all in. Go all in. All right, it's time to be totally invested in the person that you want to be.
Perfect, bro.
Boom.
That's the closer right there.
Boom.
That's the closer right there, man. That's it. That's it. Funk Flesh bombs going off. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
man. Good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. All right, man. Well,
Hmm.
let's transition. Who's it
Yes.
on this week? Like I cause we
Well, we
didn't do
skipped
last
it
week.
last week. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's all you. I got one
I,
if you need me. I got one if
I
you need
think
me
I
out of the
got one.
bullpen.
I
Okay.
think I got one. We're gonna keep it going. So let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
Do you know?
All right, this is the Do You Know segment of the podcast. If you're new, again, because we assume you're new, uh, our fearless leader, Jeff Witherspoon, has a quote from a very famous movie, Shrek, when the gingerbread man is getting interrogated. There's a portion of it when he says, "Do you know?" And so we kind of ran with that little piece. And what we do in this segment is we share something that you may not know about me or Brad. And so this week is on me. And my do you know is because a lot of you do know I'm from Turkey, North Carolina, which is a very small town. But did you know that I used to crop tobacco, put it on the stick, hang it, and take it to the market after it was dry. Like my parents had a lot of tobacco fields, and so I spent many summers in the tobacco field. Started out driving the tractor at 7. Yeah, driving the tractor at 7. At 8 and 9, I was actually pulling the leaves off, putting it into the trailer. And 10, 11, 12, there's this big empty barn that you hang the tobacco in. People hand it up, so you have to hang it on these rails, and then you turn these burners on so that it dries out. And so I did the hanging, man. So most of my childhood was spent in the tobacco field, and there was these worms called tobacco worms, about this big, about this thick. And if you saw a tobacco worm, you have to pull it off and break it in half. That's something you also have to do. So, yeah, I I spent a lot of summers in the tobacco field as a uh, tractor driver, cropper, and then later graduate to be a hanger. And it was
Wow.
for my parents, so there was no money involved. My we paid the neighborhood. Like everybody that helped us
Mm,
got paid. I did not,
mm,
because it was
mm.
for my parents. And one of my favorite memories is always at the end of the day, you'll get a glass bottle of Coke and what we call a nab, which is like crackers and peanut butter. Like that was the highlight, man. Like that was the highlight of the day, is you get those two items at the end of the day. Somebody that's from the country that know what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments, man. Drop it in the comments. If you're from the country, you know anything about tobacco fields and all that stuff, man. So that's the did you know for this week, man. What you think, B?
Yeah. I love that, man. And we've talked about this before. You and I have so much in common. I just love the fact that you were up on the old John Deere. Maybe it wasn't a
Yeah,
John
man.
Deere. Yeah, John
International. We had an
Deere.
international.
Oh, okay, International Harvester.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's so weird because we connect on a lot of levels, but just every day I find something else more about you, and I just imagine myself. Okay, 20 years ago, I was doing the same thing at my grandparents' farm. I was driving the tractor. I was out there on my knees, digging in the dirt, but we were doing corn and vegetables, but
Uh,
same thing, man. So yeah, and that's a grueling job. That's a grueling job. And I remember, man, like I got paid, but farmers' wages, they ain't what you're making on
Woo-wee.
Wall Street. You ain't making what you're making on Wall Street out in the fields, baby. And
You
it's
ain't making
probably
that
twice the work, man.
you ain't making that at McDonald's. McDonald's will beat out
Mm-mm.
farmers' wages.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and
yeah,
yeah, and
that
it's grueling, man.
very very fond memory, man.
Yeah,
Of just a lot of things, man. Work ethic,
yeah.
community.
Mhm.
Everybody, and another thing I always loved was playing basketball when it was all done. All the kids in the neighborhood that helped out, we would do that as well. So we didn't do this, but we at the beginning of the show, we'll do it at the end of the show as we close out. I'm gonna grab a quick comment. Let's see here. So this person's like their literal at is like user dash RG8XN7 OM61. Yeah. Yeah. But this young lady says, love your enthusiasm and positivity on our last episode. So thank you so much. Make sure you guys continue to share and comment on our stuff. We appreciate y'all. I see Beth left quite a few comments. Shout out to Beth, always
Let's go,
loving and
Beth.
supporting. Oh yeah, man. Beth is quite a few comments. I mean, she even one of the comments said Oreos. That's all she said. Like, you know, I love Oreos. So, all right, y'all, man. we appreciate y'all, man, listening to the Bad Podcast. Make sure you share this podcast. Share it in your notes. Tag us. Let friends know. Let people know what we're doing over here, man. We're super excited. Can't wait to bring you some in-person content. Me and Brad are gonna be in the same location very soon, and that's gonna be some really good content. We may extend it, maybe a longer episode. We just chop it up. Super excited about that, and just excited about a lot of things that we got coming. And man, till next time, y'all, we are out of here.